Alright, let's get into how to side in Dark Magician. Hey guys, welcome to my latest video. We're taking my Diviner Dark Magician deck list, and I'm going to show you what cards to supplement in and out, in between games, and depending on the meta deck you are versing. Now, a lot of these decisions need to be made on the fly as you're versing the deck, whichever tournament you're participating in. But if you can go in with a plan, more or less stick to it, that's what you're going to want. So before a tournament, you're going to want to have like a blueprint of what you're going to side for each meta deck matchup. So for example, we're going to take a look at versing the Tri-Brigade Bird matchup. Now, there is a chance you just verse one of these decks individually, but a lot of people are playing them together right now. So let's just look at them together. Now, I know for a fact that deck builds a massive board that is super annoying to deal with. Let's assume it's game 2 or 3 and we need to have a deck plan, a blueprint for how we would side if we knew we were playing second. Going second, we want stuff like Forbidden Droplet. So I'm going to put Droplet up the top here first, because Droplet's one of the best cards we can play going second. Droplet combined with Red Eyes Fusion wins you so many games. So specifically in this matchup, Droplet's going to be really good to negate this card here, the Ensemble Robin. Robin doesn't let us special summon basically, or every time we do special summon, it can detach a material and make us put that special summon monster back in the hand. Now, it does target, so Dragoon gets around this, but getting to Dragoon outside of Red Eyes Fusion just becomes harder once again. This is not meant to be another video of me ranting about how good Red Eyes Fusion is, but here's another reason to play it at 3. Red Eyes Fusion is really good against this board, unless they have Ash. Once again, refs at 3. The other monster they'll have on the field is Utopic Draco Future. I always say this card's name wrong, but anyway, it's Utopic Draco Future. It is a card that cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and it's a monster effect negate that also steals the monster. Super annoying card to deal with. They do go through Tri-Brigade stuff as well, guys. Now, a lot of the builds are sending this card with Kit to the graveyard, and what Tri-Brigade Oath does is essentially it negates a face-up spell trap. They can banish it, and as long as they control a Winged Beast, a Beast Warrior, and a Beast, one of each, they need all 3, they can negate a spell trap on your turn. They do this to play around Droplet, Dark Ruler No More, and anything that might threaten their board. So what's super annoying about that is, it means we need to see Droplet and something else. This could be a really good game to side in Mystic Mine. You could take Evenly Matched into this game, but I feel like they will just leave their board on either the Utopic Draco Future or the Robin, which will just, keep on bouncing your special summons. So what I do really like in this matchup is just good old Droplet or good old Mystic Mine. Another card you could definitely side is Nibiru. In their combo, they go into Recital Starling twice. On the second summon of the second Recital Starling, you are going to want to drop the Nibiru before they use the effect to search once again. If you do that, that means they're not going to get to the Utopic Draco Future Dragon, whatever that guy's called. And that means that's one less negation for you to play around. Not to mention, you've got the Nibiru on the board, so you're one step closer to your Anaconda. Let's say you did want to play all 9 of these side cards, and mind you, you would probably only pick about 6 to 7. But for this example, we're going to try side in all 9 of these. What would we take out? Well, since we're playing second, let's start by taking out Imperial Order. We can also take out Eagle Booster and Soravis. We're not playing first, so protecting Anaconda's kind of not as important. If Anaconda gets negated, we can still link, as long as it's not negated and destroyed. If it's just negated by something like Borrowed Savage, wrong matchup for that card, but you get what I mean. If it's negated and not destroyed, we can easily go into Selene and easily link Climb to Access Code. So I really like Anaconda going second, even without something to protect it. All right, moving on. We need to remove a couple more cards, and you know what? Magician's Rod can probably drop down to 1 because we've got Diviner still. I think it's fairly safe. Cards like Monster Reborn are better going second than they are going first, so you can keep that one in there. Upstart, however, Upstart and Salvation, these are essentially blank cards in the deck, right? Upstart replaces itself. I know it synergizes well with the Dark Magician engine, but when it comes to siding, it's just an easy card to just take out. So we could get Upstart and Salvation. Remember, Salvation is basically just an extension of Eternal Soul. It's just another way to get to Eternal Soul. These are easy cards to just side out. Easy. So we're down to 43 cards now. We just got to get 3 more out of the main. And this is where we can go for things that are kind of not that good going second. Fleur-de-Lis going second, she's fine. She can extend and she's all good. Tamias going second, I don't really see the need to make Dark Magician the Dragon Knight with this going second. We've got Apprentice, and I feel like it's still better. So you know what? I'm probably going to take out Timaeus as well. I kind of want to take out an Illusion of Chaos, but Diviner, when you open Illusion of Chaos and Diviner, is just so insane because then you can grab Advanced Ritual Art. But honestly, we're playing second. Another good card to cut in this matchup would be Called by the Grave. In the Phantom Knight matchup, you'd probably keep this in because it's just so good against that whole deck. I think it's safe to cut this against Tri-Brigade Birds. We'll cut an Illusion of Chaos. We've got so many ways to it. Alright, let's run a test hand. Wow. It didn't even matter. Oh no, it did. It did. We got to Mystic Mine. This is the card that we need to play around. Mist Valley Apex Avian. Wow. This hand's really good. So we could just play down the ref. And if they chain Apex Avian, which is what we desire. Or does Apex tribute for cost? If Apex tributes for cost, we might be screwed. But if not, we just go Forbidden Droplet, sending Red Eyes Fusion at the grave, and whatever else. Maybe if they have another negate, but I don't think they will. You can send in Nibiru because we've got 2. Negated the Avian, and you've got your Dragoon out. The Robin XYZ cannot target Dragoon to pop it back to hand. Unfortunately, the Draco Future monster will still be able to negate and target. Negate Dragoon, but I don't think it'll be able to steal it. So I think we've got a pretty safe way to out that. Yes, Avian targets itself for cost, which means you can Forbidden Droplet, sending your Red Eyes Fusion away. Checking once again, Robin indeed does need to target, so we're safe from that. And Utopic Draco Future doesn't target. Utopic Draco Future doesn't target, so if we went Dragoon effect, he could activate his effect to quick effect, detach, and negate, and then gain control. We could chain the Dragoon negate, but this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So that is the problem card still. I guess we would have to Forbidden Droplet and send 2 cards, one being Ref and maybe just Nibiru from hand, and pick Avian and pick Utopic Draco Future, and then you would proceed to win the game. You could go Dragoon effect, pop this, deal 3k. Dragoon effect, pop Avian, deal whatever. Swing Dragoon into the Robin. If it's in attack mode, you're pretty close to game. If not, I don't know. That seems like a pretty good way to out that board though, and just hope that they don't have recursion for next turn, and maybe the rest of the cards in your hand can help facilitate you surviving. Alright, the next deck we're trying to beat is Flanders. Oh boy, this deck can be very annoying. Now, you could always side Final Sigma and just bring that in here. Probably side that instead of Skill Drain. It wouldn't be too bad, or maybe just one of your field spells. Could be fine. Alright, we're going to be siding for Flanders with this exact list. Sorry, Sigma, you ain't coming in. Now, once again, I like to side for second because obviously you can side for first. Siding for first is pretty much just putting in Skill Drain. So anyway, let's look at siding second against Flanders. Now, one card that is an absolute blowout against Flanders is Evenly Matched. They like to set things up like the Wind Barrier statue. They also like to set up Avian Apex, just like our previous deck we were looking at. And of course, they like to set up the Out to Dragoon, Skill Drain on legs, or should I say wings, M-Pen. So how do we out those 3 cards? Well, Evenly Matched is a good start. It forces them to pick to just keep one of them. It also means if map is on the field or any of their traps that let them normal summon off turn, we're just going to turn all of that shit off. Now, of course, Avian is a negate, so if they do have Avian out, unfortunately, Evenly Matched is going to get negated, and this is where you're going to want to pair Evenly Matched with something like Forbidden Droplet. I think Forbidden Droplet Evenly Matched is a deadly combo, and you always Forbidden Droplet sending the Evenly Matched. Always, guys. So I do think Forbidden Droplet plus Evenly Matched is a pretty king way to go. Now, don't get me wrong, you can play Forbidden Chalice instead of Droplet. It's way cheaper. Once again, you can also play your little Mystic Mine package. It's not bad at all. Nibiru can come in, but they normally get to Apex Avian before 4 summons, I've found. It's not really that good. Village can be okay, because it means they can't use map. They can't use any of their pot cards. But overall, Village is more going first, and we're talking about going second for now. Consider these cards for going first. So anyway, once again, we've got 9 cards we're trying to add in, right? I'm going to give you 9 cards you can easily take out for this matchup, once again. So Fleur-de-Lis. Fleur-de-Lis is a good one to take out in this matchup, mainly because unless you're putting the extra deck monster on the field, this is never going to be an extender. It's just not quite as safe. Could almost say the same for Monster Reborn. I still feel like Reborn is so generic, and they're still going to play stuff like Ash and some other generic hand traps. So I still feel like Monster Reborn is fine, but you could always take this out here. I probably should have started with these 2 guys. Salvation and Upstart are always just free cards to side out. Always think about siding these out first, just because they don't really facilitate any plays on their own. Salvation's kind of just another Eternal Soul. Upstart is literally a blank card. Now let's look at things like we're playing second, so we probably don't want Imperial Order. Eternal Soul's okay to keep because it's our engine. You obviously don't want to open it playing second, but if you see it, you know, unlucky. Yeah, we're going to take out the Eagle Booster again, and we're going to take out Soul Ravis again. We don't really care about protecting Anaconda going second. It's not as big of a deal. Definitely keeping triple ref. Sometimes against Flanders, you will have to use this, but you have to summon your Dragoon in defense mode just so you can then pop their cards. It sucks that you can't then swing with it, but sometimes that's just how you got to play around Flanders. Flanders do like to use map when you normal summon. So we're going to take one normal summon out. More because we need the room for sides, but also, hey, getting rid of a normal summon against this deck is kind of okay. Red Eyes Fusion, once again, seeming just like another better card to play, so you're not normal summoning and triggering map. These cards are all pretty much blowout cards, so I feel really safe siding in a whole bunch of them. So let's take out Timaeus again, because he's probably the most lackluster extender we have. We only need one more card, and we could easily take out Advanced Ritual Art. It's kind of a brick. We don't really want to see it. It's kind of, you could kind of put it in the same boat as Eagle Booster and Soul Ravis, as in like you're just trying to summon a negate to protect yourself. But it's also a really cool card and searchable off the Herald combo, so you might want to keep it and just get rid of one of your consistency cards, like a copy of Illusion of Chaos, or maybe even a prep. It's really up to you. I'm going to say stuff it, because it's part of the matchup. We're going to take out Diviner, just so we've only got 3 normal summons instead of 4 to 5. Alright, let's run a test hand and see if we open things to deal with their board. Okay, we probably should have sided this out, actually. That's pretty silly of me. Let's go back. We will put a Diviner back in, and Call by the Grave out. All of the Flunder cards banish themselves anyway, so it's a bit silly to keep that in. Wow, alright, well we've just seen no sides, so... well, we've been punished, but that's alright. The last hand looked pretty good. So unfortunately, with a hand like this, our only real option is Red Eyes Fusion. I feel like summoning Divine is a bait because they'll probably have map. So it's just Red Eyes Fusion and Pray. They shouldn't negate it. They should negate it with Apex Avian, and that's where you can normal summon the Diviner. And then try to make plays from there, but I feel like this is a losing hand. We open way too many bricks. Dark Magician Girl, Eternal Soul, ugh, kind of bad. Alright, so we're looking at Eldritch now, how to side for any trap-based deck or control-based deck that revolves around the Heavenly Sky Prison. That card's kind of nuts. Luckily, there's a really good card to beat it, and that is Evenly Matched. It either forces them to flip a Solemn Judgment, half their life points, and hopefully Dragoon can take the rest from there, or, you know, we wipe a whole trap board and leave them with 1 trap. So either way, it's a pretty good investment for us to play 3 Evenly Matched right into this matchup. Now, unfortunately, the rest of the side here doesn't really help against trap-based Eldritch decks at all, really. So we would be looking here to side out Imperial Order, and then we've probably got Upstart or Salvation. They're probably our next 2 options. Now, actually, I'm going to keep Upstart and Salvation, and instead, I'm going to get rid of the Eagle Booster and the Soul Ravis, and the reason for that is they're probably going to be flipping Solemn Strikes and stuff like that when we're trying to go for Anaconda, so there's no real point having these protection cards when we're versing a trap deck that's just got counter traps that is going to outrank us. You know, we can't even chain to a counter trap, so there's no point having Soul Ravis or Eagle Booster. So we're actually going to side out these 3. Salvation and Upstart, they're going to stay in and hopefully just be consistency cards and get us places. Alright, let's run a test hand against Eldritch. Oh, we're cracked. We're cracked, babe. We open Red Eyes Fusion and Evenly Matched. You love to see it. This would probably win you the game against them, because this either forces Judgment or it forces them to lose their whole board. And then you've got ref. Chef's kiss. Mwah. Yeah, love to see it. Alright, let's look at a very generic deck. Invoked. Now, this can be Invoked, Dogma, Shadol, just the whole deck is a package, really. We're just going to dub it all under Alistair here. Now, obviously, Village ain't going to do shit against this deck. They have so many spellcasters. Don't even bother with Village. Mystic Mind can be a good option, and Droplets can be a really good option too. Nibiru is typically bad against this deck. They do summon a fair bit, but they've got Mechaba out by their 2nd or 3rd summon a lot of the time, so there's really just no point putting Nibiru in. Now, once again, we're assuming we're playing second. A really good card playing second is Droplet. You could also use Imperm or Chalice. Mainly what you're going to use this for is they're always going to have Mechaba, so you always just want to use your Imperm or your Chalice on the Mechaba so you can play through it. Droplets is kind of doing the same thing here. You'd play it more like Chalice, where you'd go like normal summon Diviner. They're going to try chain their Mechaba, and you're going to chain your Forbidden Droplet, maybe sending something else. You could even go for something like Red Eyes Fusion. That's normally the preferred option. They chain Mechaba, you chain Droplet, and so on. Now, just because we've only got that one side, we're also going to go for Terraforming and Mystic Mine. I think why not? They negate our Red Eyes Fusion, or they negate our Diviner normal summon, or Rod normal summon. Cool. We'll just go, alright, Mystic Mine. Now they could of course have more back row disruption. They could have stuff like Dogmatic of Punishment. They could be playing Solemn cards. If that's the case, and we'll deal with that. But anyway, let's look at this hand now, going second against Invoked. I don't think we want anything else, so let's just go and run a test hand. Wow. That's really good. We've got heaps of stuff to bait Ash. By heaps, I mean one thing. We'd always start with prep. And we grab that Illusion of Chaos. And we're just trying to see if they'll hand trap us or use a negate at this point. So go Illusion of Chaos. We will reveal him. This is a pretty good time for them to negate us. Grab Magician's Souls, just because we've got Timaeus in the hand. So we've got like an easy way to get to the Dragoon or Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. The card we put back would be Illusion of Chaos if we got this far. If they negated us there, cool. We go for immediate Red Eyes Fusion. We just go, boom. If they have the Ash for this or they negate this, it's still fine. We would just go, okay, big sad. Imagine Dragoon is not there and we just go, mine, pass. If they have the negate for mine, fair enough, they've got the nuts. Alright, the very last deck we're going to look at is Sky Striker. Oh yeah, baby, we're running their cards too. I feel like this one is very obvious. We are going to want Village, and I think you want Village even playing second. That is how good it is in this matchup. Like, they're going to be setting Widow Anchors and Eagle Boosters and Shark Cannons and all that shit, and you can just turn them all off by just playing down Village, even playing second. Imperial Order, you could argue it wins you the matchup, so you could keep it in playing second. It wouldn't be troll to keep it in playing second. Another really good card against Striker going second is Evenly Matched. Basically, because they want to put a lot of their spells face down in the back row, or they're going to have really important stuff like multi-roll. We want Evenly Matched to punish them. I don't think you'd ever put in Mine against them. I feel like they can play around Mine really easily with their field spell targeting like their monsters like their Ray or their Kagari, and they could just easily remove it from the field. So Mine seems really troll against them. Nibiru seems unnecessary. Droplet could be okay, but I feel like you don't need it. I feel like the cards you want in this matchup are Village and Red Eyes Fusion. I've said quite a fair bit that Sky Striker lose hard to our deck. And a lot of people are playing Striker at the moment because Striker DPE is a pretty decent deck, but we do shut them down. That is the one meta matchup we just absolutely abolish with Village and Magician Souls. Just summon Dark Magician with Village up and like you pretty much win there and then. Now of course Red Eyes Fusion would be better because you'd get to Dragoon, but if they ask you, big sad. So because this matchup is pretty generous, leaning our way, I want to say, I probably wouldn't side any more than these 6 cards here. Could keep the Imperial Order in once again. Actually, I think you do keep it in. I think it's that worth it. So what we are going to side out here, because we're playing second, Eagle Booster, Soravis, they can come out immediately. We're not too focused on protecting Anaconda. Hell, we'd even just keeping normal summon Rod on the field is honestly not that troll. Yes, it's only 1600 attack, but you do force them to normal summon Ray and go into Kagari, go into something that can beat over the Rod before they do any other plays. And that's really good. Forcing people to play a different way can be really good if you can back it up with something else. You can back it up with the Circle Eternal Soul Interruption. Absolutely amazing. I can't really see another card I want to side out here. Probably Timaeus, actually. I like to side him out a lot. He's really not that great. I do think he's niche. Like, he can help summon Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight sometimes, so that's cool. But yeah. Need 3 more sides, so I'm going to go with Upstart, Salvation. One of our normal summons is coming out. Rod or Diviner. It doesn't really matter which one. One of them's coming out. You know what? Actually, in this matchup, you're probably better off with Diviner because you want to see the spellcasters in your hand for Village. Alright, I'm pretty happy with this. Let's run a test hand. Oh boy. We didn't see Village, which is sad. But we've got Prep, which is our way to Rod or Souls. We've got Diviner if we wanted to try for that, and we've even got Call By to back it up. And we've got Evenly Matched just to wipe the field before we try any of that. Overall, not a bad hand. Anyway, thanks for coming to my how to side guide. If you need any more advice, hit me up in the comments. If you think I did any siding wrong, hey, let me know in the comments too. Catch you next time. Catch you next time. See you guys next time.